One of the most anticipated games of 2024 is here, and it's time to take on the role of the Chosen One in Black Myth Wukong. That means tons of enemies to fight and crazy bosses. Luckily, we here at Direct Gaming have the perfect guide for you on how to take down the big wolf boss, Lingxuzi. I'm sorry again if my pronunciation is not the best. This guide will be broken down into 3 parts: personal setup and skills that I brought into the fight, tips on how to avoid the boss attacks and how to counter them, and finally a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything that you have learned in real time. Okay, let's get started. Now the location of this boss is right after you obtain the Red Tides ability from defeating Guangxi. You can bypass the big Buddha baby boss, at least that's what I call him, and simply follow the main path until you reach the giant wolf here at the temple. In terms of the skills and items I had during this fight, I used everything from the fight beforehand since nothing really happens between both fights. For skills, since it's super early in the game, I simply leveled up stamina for dodging, not sprinting, so make sure you read which tree branch you're going to upgrade, extra health and stamina as always, and finally continue to use the new stance I unlocked called Pillar, which is very fun and very helpful. Finally, I also upgraded my magic for immobilization because it's very helpful for not only stopping the boss, but getting a lot of attacks in. Now, when it comes to the boss fight itself, Lingxuzi is very mobile, yet has a pretty big body, so it can be pretty easy to see the moves coming a mile away. Now, let's go over the attacks that the boss is going to throw at you and how to counter them. Right when the fight starts and throughout most of the battle, Mr. Big Bad Wolf here is going to be able to jump around and swipe at you, like you'd expect from any type of boss like this. It's pretty easy to dodge, so simply just avoid them. Just remember though, don't mash the dodge button, otherwise you're going to run out of stamina. I don't think you can hit him out of some of these attacks, but if you're able to, then by all means. He will also follow up basic swipe attacks afterwards, especially if he's jumping at you with his other claw. During the fight, you'll notice here that the wolf loves to run around the arena getting ready for its next big attack, so this can be a good chance for you to heal up if you get hit too much. If you see the wolf get close to you and then jump up, this is where the boss will actually try to grab you with a lunge style move. Again, be ready and simply dodge to the side to avoid this. If you perfect dodge this, then it's a good chance to not only get a few counter hits in, but don't try to hit him with a full combo. When you see Lingxuzi lick its claws, it'll do a more powerful lunge move. However, while he attempts this, he will actually end up crashing and rolling a bit into the ground. This is a great opportunity for you right here to get a bunch of moves in, potentially even a full combo depending on where you are. Also, a side note, however, though, during this fight, if you happen to see him lick his claws, it does not always mean that he's going to do the lunge move at you or vice versa. He could do the lunge move at you, but not licking his claws. One move you need to be ready for is when the boss tries an upper swipe-like move with his claw. If you get caught like I did on screen here, you're going to enter into a cinematic move and it's going to hurt quite a bit. During the fight, if you happen to see the boss jump up onto one of the roofs of the temple, watch where he goes until he jumps at you. Don't just simply stand around waiting for the boss to come at you, get used to moving around a decent amount. However, after he jumps at you, don't try to run up automatically because the boss will leave a crater around the area that it lands in and it can actually damage you. Now, in terms of how to actually counter this boss, after dodging each attack and the boss will start to walk around like we showed you beforehand, simple light attacks will be your best bet. If you like to use the pillar stance like I personally do, then you can go ahead and try to use some of your attacks to knock him out of his attacks if possible. However though, because he's a big boy, this might be easier said than done. Immobilize, just like with the first boss, is going to be your best friend here for this fight, but the cooldown can be long and it uses magic. So like beforehand, I recommend using it to stop the boss when he's attacking you, especially during a move that you might have trouble dodging. A new move you can try is your new summon ability called Red Tide. This will allow you to use the fire staff that you got beforehand, and it can do some really good damage, especially if you use the triangle move, which basically sends you across the map. Something to keep in mind for these forms, however, though, the more you get hit, the more it will deplete that transformation's health / stamina, and you'll revert back to the Chosen One even faster. So keep your guard up, dodge when you can, and you'll be good to go. Otherwise, this is still a very early boss fight, so there's not much to it. Mix up your light attacks with heavy attacks, dodge, obviously, and it turns out you can actually stun this boss for a short time. I'm not 100% sure how I did it, but it happened when I landed a heavy attack / a combo finisher. In fact, the more I look back at the B-roll, it seems to be a combo finisher. So if you happen to get lucky enough with your dodging and you're able to get a full combo in, you might be able to stun the boss and get some more damage on him. Now, here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to take Lingxi down. As always, learn the attacks and patterns of the boss. It's okay if it takes you a couple of tries. If you enjoy the guides and a like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Black Myth Wukong guides and content along with our other videos in the top right corner and pinned comment. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.